Hello everyone. It's been a while since the stream. It has. Yeah, no, and YouTube stream, the first one in close to a year now, maybe. But we're back. Not Transport Fever this time. We're doing F1. But I do suck, so it's going to be a bit different because I'm going to have like certain systems, like flashbacks. So, yeah. So don't judge me because I'm terrible. Well, not terrible, but I'm still getting used to this game like a lot of people are because this game is still new. Came out this week. No, over a week now. So yeah, a lot of people are still getting used to it. But we're just gonna hop right in to a new career for us. It's gonna be a my team career mode. And I'm gonna let you guys in chat decide what like all the decisions are that we do at the beginning of the game, just so it gives me a bit of a challenge, or you guys make it a little easier for me. Whichever one that you guys decide. So first one is right here on screen now. Newcomer, midfield, or championship contender. I personally, in my separate one that I do, I have newcomer because it starts you more toward the back of the grid. It gives you a bit more of a challenge to get to the front. Midfield is obviously you're in the midfield at the beginning, and the championship is you're doing pretty solid at the beginning. So I'm gonna let chat decide what we're doing for the thing, and if nobody decides in chat, and like nobody says anything in chat, by the time I decide to make the decision, I'm just gonna pick the hardest one for myself, just to give myself a more difficult time and make this series a little bit longer. So I'll let it go. Nobody's probably gonna say anything in chat since I like just started streaming and nobody's in here. But yeah, so I'll give it a 30 seconds ish for you guys to make a decision: newcomer, midfield, or championship. So midfield. All right. Okay. We'll go midfield unless anything else is said. All right, midfield it is. So we're gonna do a custom season. I'm not doing the full season because there are certain tracks I just do not like. Yeah, I'm gonna be that way and give myself a bit more of a handicap here. I'm trying to remember what I have in my own. Yeah, no racing Spain. Actually, Mexico's being it. Which one? Japan or US? I feel like actually we'll do this and then get rid of Miami. Midfield, yeah. I chose midfield, so we'll go with midfield. We're gonna go custom settings, so just so you guys can decide a little bit more. Those are assists, you don't need to worry about that. Weekend structure, we're gonna go full qualifying just to see if I can make anything, and then we're gonna go 25% races just to keep things a little bit more moving in this series. We're gonna go approximate way, so it's a little bit more difficult for me. Flashbacks are gonna stay on. Damage, I'm gonna keep on standard. These are gonna be the simulation settings I'm use. I race on 90% difficulty, like I said, not that good. We'll go to career settings next. It's gonna be a big part of it. We're gonna go straight down to the player faults and hit these up to the max they can, just so all the forms of things are incorporated. Team acclaim rate, all the acclaim rate's going to be reduced because it encourages driver changes, and we want to see a lot of driver changes. But then we're going to keep everything else default just so it's pretty much the normal game. And that should be it for us. Rules and flags are going to stay on. Regular, everything immersive. Formation laps on, that's what we want to see. Yeah, that should be it for that. We're going to skip my team icons. Nope, point in playing my team icons. So yeah, we're gonna start the career.
First things first, let's create your driver.
Alright, my driver, let's just go through this real quickly. American, First name. Last name. Sheld. All right. Audio name. We'll go with. What are we thinking? And I'm gonna go. There's a. Well, I was looking through these. Like, I'm pretty sure all these are the same as 2021 as well. And if there is one, where is it at? There's some good ones the further down you go. I don't want to put it on none. I want to give us something. The real deal.
Real deal.
Do we go with the real deal? I think we go with the real deal. Yeah, we're gonna go with the real deal as our name. We're cycling through all the cutscenes. It's gonna say the real deal for us. Driver number. We have to go with the 54. It's the channel number pretty much. We have to go with 54.
And now let's focus on your driver's look.
The look, color wise. We'll just we'll go through there. We can come back to it for colors because I don't really know what colors we want to do right now. Team name. I have 3 in my head. So my first one that I had is Sheld Motorsport Org for Sheld Motorsport Organization. My second idea was the Sheld Motorsport Team. My third was the Sheld Formula 1 Team. So choose between those ones. Between those team names I just put, the Sheld Motorsport Organization, the Sheld Motorsport Team, or the Sheld Formula 1 Team. We need chat involvement so we can get into the racing, because I know it's what we want to see. You guys want to see me sucking at racing. It's what brings in the big views. If you guys don't, the third one, okay. Sheld Formula 1 Team. If it'll fit, it will not. So I'll just do that. That works.
Now let's choose. Some sponsors offer a larger sign-in bonus.
So sponsors.
Some offer more weekly income.
So the harder the challenge, the goal that your sponsor wants you to get, the more money they give you, obviously. So you can go for a very safe one by just living and completing a season. You don't get a lot of signing bonus or goal bonus, but you're pretty much guaranteed to get the goal bonus. Or we could go for a pretty difficult one, like earning 25 constructors points. It's a lot of money, and you get a lot of money, but it's hard to get that money. Or we could go for something in the middle here, like get 8th or better, or get 2 points finishes. Something like we can go really safe, middle ground, or really difficult. Again, chat, decide. We need. I don't want to make decisions. If not, we're just going for the safe option. Give me less money. The main point of this was streaming this was to get involvement. Right in the middle, Echo 2 points finishes. I'm liking that. Any other decisions? We have 4 viewers and only 1 person has been participating. I'll extend it a little bit longer, or else we're going Echo. Gives me a good amount of money. Alright, Echo it is.
Won't be going anywhere fast without a power unit.
Alright.
So let's sign one of those now.
See, we already got 5 million from being midfield, so we have a bit of a buff. Which one? You see the performance and the durability. Ferrari being the best, but it costs the most. Renault being the worst, but it costs the least. And we could go for one of the middle ones. And we could be, yo, you're fast, yo, you're slow, or yo, have at it. No, any options, chat's deciding. Or else I'm just going Renault, the worst one. Saves me money. Lets me upgrade stuff quicker. but we could go more expensive and be faster. We're gonna be. I'm intrigued to see where it puts us standings wise off the rip. When you one of the middles. Okay, well, which one of the middles? Do we go less durability or less cost, or more durability or more cost? I know where I'm leaning. Because I'm thinking Mercedes. Because we have the extra 5 million from the middle field bonus, so we still have $6 million to work with.
Here are the drivers interested in joining our team.
Drivers, this is gonna be a bit of a hard one, because
as long as we can afford them. We renew contracts periodically.
You want
so you'll have
experience and a high focus, so
so
your driver's in the mental game with you, and he's like kind of good. So, and I don't really want to sign Piastri because he's $1 million. We have the money, but we don't have that money. So what I'm thinking Yuri Vips, maybe Daruvula. We have a good 800,000 range, good rating, and he's got a high focus. So we're gonna go with Yuri
we can
Vips.
afford this power unit supplier and see. Let's create the livery we'll be running this season.
All right.
We can add more sponsors
Livery.
to the car as we sign them.
So we need to choose a livery, and we can change the colors. I would like to stay with the colors of red and blue, of orange and blue, to stay with the shelled colors, the colors of the channel, just so we can like really rep the channel here. But we gotta pick a livery. We could do any of these that I have unlocked, except for the ones that we can't change the color. It's really up to you guys. And then we'll see what we like with the blue, orange, and probably white color scheme. I know I run this in my personal one, the combined one. It looks good with the color scheme that I have. But we could go with the streaks. The streaks also looks really good with the ideas I have. The 2-stroke, the thick stroke looks good as well. We'll go with 6-stroke. I haven't actually seen this, like how it looks with the colors. And we can also give a good representation of the colors and how they look, and what the colors that I like to use. And then I'll probably make this yellow, just a nice white. See those would be the colors. We could change them around, see whatever one we like for us. But I think for now we're gonna go with that. Personal stickers, I'm gonna slap the one that I like the most on. Alright.
Last but not
now
least,
we're gonna go back to the clothing real quick, so we can get the, or what's it called, going? Our the main overall look for our driver. Just slap on some of the main colors. That we have on the team. Where's the so we'll change this to the orange. There we go. Yeah, we'll do that. There we go. The suit. Actually, I like this, and because I run these colors all the time, it auto adjusted that one. So we'll rock that. The gloves, we'll keep that. Just make it. It's just making it easy for us. I like the I got this stance personally, so we'll go with that. Podium emotes. We'll do the jump joy. It's more fun. And then we need a moment after we win, because it would be our first win. Team badge select. I already know what emblem I'm going with for the team. It's the S with this scheme, and we're gonna change the colors. It is this S just works the best because shelled, and you probably get it. You could probably put 2 and 2 together. being shelled and an S. It's kind of the thing of it's kind of like the existence of the channel. I'm thinking honestly, yeah, change this to like a white or black. I like the white more. It makes the colors on the thing pop. We'll go with that. The team colors. I think we go with the main of the blue. That's the main color of the channel. Just the nice dark blue. Secondary color, the nice orange that we have. And then keep the white because it just looks nice.
Great, that's
And there we
everything
go. That's the team that we have. The shelled Formula 1 team. Got the opening cutscene. I'm just gonna let this play.
Hello folks, and welcome to this, a very special edition of Paddock Pass. We're here at the headquarters of Formula One's newest team for an exclusive first look at what they will be bringing to the sport. It's always an exciting moment to welcome a new team onto the grid. However, what makes this occasion a little more special is how strikingly different the cars are this year. Yep, the long-awaited new regulations are finally here, and with them, the start of the next era of Formula One. The 2022 season ushers in a change of direction to the regulations aimed at promoting closer
There's a
racing.
plane
With
outside
new aero
messing
additions in
up
the form of swooping front and rear wings, along with
my
the new eye-catching 18-inch low-profile tires that will push tire technology to the limit. So then, the question remains as to whether this team can grasp the opportunity before them with
I'm
both
looking
hands
at chat.
and lead the charge against the rest of the paddock. We'll find out soon
I've been
enough,
going with
as the
what
new season
chat
is
has
just
been
about to
saying.
begin. But first,
Nobody
let's see
really
the unveiling
helped
of the
me out
team's
with the
car
things
and the
except
owner
for
of the brand
Emily,
new
so
Formula One team.
that sucks. Fuck you mean pronouns, and
It's been a long time since we last saw a
Alright,
team owner take
next
their
big
own car
part.
onto the track, and the sport's changed enormously.
these questions are
Let's
huge
talk about your teammate.
because
Now, it's clear they're excited to have signed with
it
you.
decides what's on what part of your
What
car
is it
are
that
like
you think they bring to the
impressed
team?
or not. So, teammate, we're glad they took a gamble on being on a new team.
So
We
you've
got it.
obviously been putting a lot
Alright.
of work into the car. I know it's early days,
So
but how
we
do you expect
want
it to feel out there?
Probably the balance is good. We're maximizing traction out of corners so we can get good exits because we love good exits. So we'll go with that.
Most of the other teams can boast years of experience in
Where's the
Formula One.
mixer?
Where do you
Zoe,
see the opportunity to
mixers
make those
don't.
vital
Mixer
performance
doesn't
gains you need
exist
to
anymore.
put you within reach of the other
I
cars?
honestly kind of wish mixer was still a thing so I can still stream on there because I used to. I'm sure the other teams can boost user experience for the opportunity to make vital gains that we need. Reducing drag is huge. Keeping weight down is huge. ERS is huge. We'll go with reducing drag because that's
Ultimately,
probably
your
one of the
success
biggest
this
parts.
season's going to come down to whether you can take positions from the other drivers.
Incredibly light car.
What is it
The
about
cars
your
are
car that's going to give you that edge in
hugely
those battles?
big, so we'll go light
And
car.
finally, with so many specialist
And
departments working together
The
here at your
chassis. It's got to be the chassis because we're gonna be pounding
Thank you
chassis
so much
upgrades at
for
the
your
beginning.
time. It's been wonderful
Just so
to
we
get
can
an
get the
insight from you and of course
drag
to see
reduction,
around
the weight
the headquarters.
reduction,
Thank you
all
for
the
today.
reduction,
Really appreciate it, and thank you all at home for watching as well. We'll
just
see
so we
you
can
very
get
soon.
fast. We have a pretty solid engine in our car with the Merc engine. It's pretty good. So some of these I'm just gonna fly through. The driver training camp is huge. $1 million for a merchandise sale. Might not be terrible. Get some team acclaim, driver acclaim. We'll do some team acclaim. How much time do we have? Yeah, we'll go with the cash facilities. Let's Wow, you get a lot if you're midfield off the jump. And you get a free sponsor? Wow, okay. This is my first time experiencing the midfield start, if you can't tell. I think we're gonna go... It's gonna be difficult. So, P15 or better? Let's go for a little bit better than that. Top 12 finish. Top 14 finish. What was the top 12 finish? That's 5 different drivers. Where is it at? Here it is. 77. I think we're going top 12 finish during the race. I have faith. I don't know where our car is gonna stand, but I have faith. Oh wow, the car is good. Okay, that's pretty good. We'll take it. We'll take it. That's what I like to see. So very important things off the beginning is rate distribution and weight reduction. We don't have it. Wow, it gives us a lot. We'll do this and get that brewing. Facility upgrades. We have $5 million. That's spec 2. Let's go upgrade this build time. It's gonna knock us down a bit of money, but it'll be fine. Let's just fast forward to the first race. Driver training camp done. There's the spec 2. Here comes our
new
first
parts have completed
part.
without issue.
Works
You'll
beautifully.
be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
And actually, because the chassis 1250, I think we're just gonna wait to get this one because that's such a big upgrade. Or we could go with the drag reduction one. No, weight reduction or drag reduction. I feel like we have a good amount of weight reduction already, so let's see where we stand. Yeah, we're a bit behind on the. Yeah, we're a bit behind on the what's it called, aero. So we'll upgrade aero a little bit instead of chassis. So we'll get some more resource points. We'll come back to the aero. We'll go with the suspension arms. It's because it's a major. That's gonna come in after this first Grand Prix actually. So it doesn't give us any big boosts for this Grand Prix, but it'll help us out in the next one. If it works, at least.
The personnel department has asked us to deal with this.
Awareness or
We have a
pace?
couple of options here.
I don't remember
Take your time.
because
What you
what's
decide to
better.
do.
We'll
thanks for
go
handling
pace instead of awareness, unless, and we can't really change it now. We have to decide it. What's he good? Oh, he's good. Okay. Wow, he's already 75 rating because of our stuff. I like it, Bips. Let's go. Alright, but the time everybody has been waiting for. The racing. We're finally going to be able to go to the track, to the races. Everyone's excited. I'm excited. My mic is so excited it's falling off my desk.
Good morning and welcome to the team. I'm Ethan.
Let me fix this real
Head up
quick,
the
chat.
R&D here.
Sorry.
I'd love to stay and chat, but we've got a race to win.
Why is this not working?
You'll find everything you need at your desk.
You were working like
Give us a shout if you need anything
really
else.
well before the stream. Come on. Don't be like this, mic stand. I fixed you for a reason. Alright. You should be good. My mic stand is now back to being hooked up to where it was. Alright, just don't move it a lot. Got it. Alright. So, no rain for the race. That's what I like to see. These new parts we got. Let's go. Top rating practice. We have to do the first practice, which sucks. I mean, I understand, so you can get like an introduction to everything. But, it's fine. Let's skip the cutscenes.
Morning, mate. Mark here.
This.
Thanks again for bringing me on board. You found a lot of talented people for this team, and I can't wait to see what we can accomplish.
If the
Our journey
quality
to
of
the
the stream
Constructors
starts to
Championship
drop
starts
while
right
I'm
here
racing,
today,
let me know.
and the
I'll have
car's
to drop
ready
the
to head out
quality
when
a
you
little
are.
bit, just to like even it out. Oh wow, I'm looking at my second one. That is dropping drastically. Okay, hold on. Let me adjust some. Let me turn on some graphic settings real quick because my computer is not the best. So just chuck it down a little bit. that. Don't really need those. Don't really need the crowd. Mirrors, we want that pretty high. Helmet reflections, we don't need those. Weather effects, chuck it down a little bit. Ground cover down a little bit. Skin marks down a little bit. Yeah, let me just adjust these real quick because I didn't expect for the quality to drop that much. Any better? Hey, I'm gonna go on track, do practice, like to get some R&D points, and if it keeps dropping, we'll have to adjust it a little bit. Oh, actually, it looks pretty good. No, I made some adjustments, so we'll be okay.
Okay, your goal is to get through as many corner gates as quickly and precisely as possible. Remember to activate your DRS in the DRS zone as well.
This is gonna be probably the most boring part of this for me. Just me doing the practice session, not being able to do much in for entertainment wise here. I'm not really racing anyone. Just me getting used to this. Getting used to the car. Channel Points is on Twitch. It's not on, Channel Points is on Twitch, not YouTube. That's why, Channel Points aren't activated. Ooh, big guys fight. That's gonna be a challenge, looking at chat while racing. I didn't think about that.
Approaching the DRS zone, watch your MFD for the activation point.
I did not think about looking at chat while racing. So any adjustments is gonna have to come after. Oh. And yeah, any adjustments on like sound and stuff are gonna have to come after. Like I get in or something. Like back to the pit lane. Yeah, I can make adjustments on the stream then to make it louder. I could pause, but we'll just finish through this lap and then I'll make it work. I'll fix it. Should be good for that.
Great stuff.
Okay, so let's pause real quick. I'm gonna try to fix. You guys are saying the game is louder than me. I'm gonna turn on the game volume up because my mic is all the way up. Turn on the game volume a little bit, not too much. Let me know if it's any better.
Hey, you've pretty much nailed this circuit. This is a really strong foundation to build from over the course of the weekend.
Try to nail a bit more. I did turn down the game a little bit, so I might just be talking quietly, but because I don't want to turn on the game too much, because then the sound, it just doesn't sound that great. So but I'll take chat's advice for now. I'll take your guys' advice on the sound quality and stuff like that. I try to nail stuff through practice. It's actually good that we're doing all this, trying to get the sound stuff out of the way in practice. So I don't have to pause during the race and keep adjusting stuff, which I would rather do during practice. Okay. The game's still loud? Okay. I'll Game's still really loud. Okay, I'll fucking fix it. Fine. Yeah, let me see. I turned the game down a little bit more. If it's still bad, let me know. I'm having to lean forward to be right next to my mic anyway, so.
That's fantastic. You obviously have a really good understanding of this circuit.
My mic might be further away. Let me adjust this. I'm actually gonna return the garage since I've pretty much done this practice program. This is about as close as my mic's gonna be able to get to my face. Oh, I did have something damage. That's okay. Do I have a race pace option? Yeah, I do. I'm just gonna try and nail a few more of these, so during the rest of the practice stuff, we don't have to worry about too much. If it's game audio still really loud, then keep letting me know. I'll try to do my best to fix it.
Okay, give us some good, consistent laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work into a race strategy.
So slipstream a little bit. If I don't talk a lot during race, I'm trying to focus and stuff. So. And also, I don't want you guys to be able to hear my wheel, because it's like also fairly close to my mic. I haven't mastered the art of talking while driving, so this whole series is gonna be a journey for the both of us. For chat and myself. This first episode is gonna be fixing audio, apparently. Because apparently my audio sucks. Ooh! I hit the walls. I looked at chat and hit the wall. I got wing damage now. Okay, it's practice. I don't know why I shut off my phone. That's why I was using to monitor my screen rather than my computer. Okay. Got all the development boosts that lap. That was big.
Good job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
After this, we're probably going to skip the rest of this practice. Very cautious on exits because of no traction control. I'll take a look at audio from like my end and like turn it on like my phone or something. Just hear if it's as bad as you guys are saying, or else you guys like are inferior to my speakers on my phone. So what? Put the car first. Again, Verstappen's on hards. Albon's up here. Yeah, God, this top thing's on a whack. Fish, wow, Ford. Oh, that car just might have pace. After a little bit, this might just be just battling for everyone. Battling for the championships and stuff, like season 2. Stay in the slipstream of Gasly here. So I don't think you use that much ERS. Help me out with the practice program.
Great lap. You nailed exactly what we asked for. Keep it up.
I want to be behind Gasly. He's going slow. He's on hards. I'm on mediums. This is a problem for me. The first playthrough of the Cuphead DLC, that might not be a bad idea. I'd have to figure out how I would be able to record. I'd have to probably re-get Cuphead on my computer to make that work. So I'd have to. Oh no. So I'd have to play through Cuphead again. I might honestly, a Cuphead playthrough might not be a terrible idea. I'd be very angry a lot, and having a webcam for that would probably be better, honestly. I'm just gonna go for the overtake here. He's slowing my lap down. Oh no! I keep it off the wall. I might have. The Cuphead DLC, dude. Cuphead is. I mean, I'm coming back to your comment a lot. The Cuphead, that's a. Dude, that game was so fucking hard. That's a game I honestly don't want to go back to. I beat it once. I'm probably done. I want to play the Cuphead DLC. That might be something I do on like my own time. Actually, no. Doing a first playthrough of it and on stream wouldn't be a bad idea. Not at all. Because of the pure shock and anger every single like thing that I would get. I'd be genuine and terrified. And stupid because that game is stupidly difficult. There's that practice program
Job so
done.
far, we're getting great data. Stay focused.
I better have counted that I returned to garage. I swear to God, if it didn't, it did cool. Alright, yeah, while this is going, I'm gonna check out like other parts. He's saying my mic is quiet. You see, you guys are saying that the audio's quiet, but like, for me, it's not quiet. Like when I'm listening to it on my other web user thing,
to remind ourselves of our top three.
it sounds fine.
Leclerc, Perez, and Valtteri Bottas. And that's it. Practice is.
So I don't know what you guys are saying. Audio is too quiet. It sounds fine on my end. So if it's too quiet in the video, shame on me. Oh well. We're gonna do this. For like the rest of the series, we're doing these quick practices because I'm not going to do that. These are the time I can look at chat. We'll go to 50%. Hopefully. Come on. We love that. So. Yeah, getting into the possibilities of. Well, we're gonna get into the first race like soon. So. We got qualifying to go through. We do have qualifying. Any ideas on where we're qualifying in the first qualifying ever for us? Probably pretty bad. No, I got faith. I have faith in our car. Is that it? Hey, we got all of them. Go through all the stuff. We can skip this just to keep the stream moving. Just so the 5 viewers that I have don't get bored. This is the boring part. Actually, we have a good amount of R&D, so we're gonna spend some of it. Gonna purchase the weight reduction. That'll be important. Qualifying. The first qualifying ever. I'm probably going to be dead silent on this, on every qualifying lap that I do. Just so I can focus and try to set a good lap. I'm expecting to make it out of Q1. Qualifying one. For all the non-F1 viewers in the chat. Because I know. Yeah, hoping to make it like Q1 here. We should be able to, considering our car. So, and me not being a slug around this game. So, first qualifying lap. underway. Try and get a good turn 1, turn 2. Okay, turn 1. Get a good exit here. Solid exit. I don't know what Ferrari's in front of us. Looks like we're catching them a little bit. Trying to keep the foot to the floor here. Off the gas a little bit through here. A little bit more through there. Off the gas completely through there. Foot to the floor through the straightaway into the bank turn. This turn up here is probably one of my favorite turns on this course because it's banked and it's a lot of fun. Exit's really difficult but really important to nail, as we did nail it. Could have been a little bit more better on the racing line, but can't be perfect. That was an awful turn, but we'll make up for it by cutting a little bit. And we have more laps. So we're just hoping to nail like a base benchmark time here. This is Lance Stroll sets the fastest of the session. For now, he's probably the first one to set a time because he's in an Aston Martin, which is slow. Okay, lap. This has been not one of my best ones, but we'll see. Getting a good run, trying to come down. 131, second behind Sainz in front of us. Not gonna go for a second lap. We're gonna return the garage, but yeah, not a too terrible of a benchmark time. We're probably gonna shoot down to the lower bits of qualifying here at the beginning, as our teammate goes in front of us. Just see down here at the cutoff point. Yeah, there's us. Our teammate's a bit more up the road, 3/10 in front of us actually. So he set a pretty solid lap. So around like 4 minutes, we'll head out. Yeah, 4:41, probably good. The garage animations are really laggy on stream for some reason, but oh well, happens sometimes. Stream looks okay, that's all I care about. So gonna get good second lap. Should be able to get 2 laps in here for this one. We probably should adjust the colors of the car a little bit more. Bit let off the gas more, trying to get a good exit. Get to the floor. A little bit worse of an exit than the last lap. I know there's other places around the track that we can improve on. Foot to the floor through here. A little bit off the gas. Keep the foot pinned. Off the gas a bit more. Foot pinned through here. Faster, a slower sector 1 than the first lap, but that's okay since as of right now we are through. Never feel too safe. Better exit there than the lap before. This turn wasn't our greatest last lap. That was much better there. Gaining time, getting a 10th on the exit. As we come to the second DRS zone, gaining even more time than last lap, just having more speed from last lap. That was a worse turn than last lap, so we're going to be losing time here to a last lap and to our chance of getting out of qualifying 1. As we actually have a pretty good shot. We actually might make it into Q3 if we're pretty good at this. So we broke later in the hairpin last lap, but foot to the floor much earlier this time. We're going to be losing time with the DRS to the line. We're going to gain about 200ths, and that's it. But that's going to be able to get us in 10. That should be enough for us to continue on to Q2. We're going to set one more lap time just to be safe. So much better exit on Q2, getting almost 2/10 there. Just trying to keep the foot to the floor through here. Oh, and it's lose it. Can get some wing damage, but that's going to be the end of our qualifying. I didn't mean to flashback there. We're not going to flashback during qualifying for now, at least, unless we do like really bad. But that time should be able to get us through to Q2. As we're in 13th right now, hopefully it'll be enough to get us into Q2. If not, then that's a major mistake on my point, not flashbacking. And it will be enough to get us to Q2. Which I know we can set a bit faster of a time in Q2. I messed up a few times and I was slow off the exits of corners. So Q2 should be better. Hopefully we can make it into Q3. Teammate was in Q3, it looked like. Which is great for him, but not that great for us. Because we gotta compete with that. So yeah, Q2. First race, first Q2 appearance. This is the power of starting in that midfield section. Again, behind a Ferrari in my first flying lap. Hopefully we can be a little bit closer to him than last time than a second out. Signs again, actually. Pinned off the exit. Trying to get something good, thanks to the height and shaft. About getting to Q2. But pinned as quickly as we can off the exit of that turn, trying to get a good one. Keep it real close to that wall there, getting closer, trying to get the foot to the floor as soon as possible through here. Off I guess a little bit through there. Keep the foot pin as much as we can. Ride the curves through here. Good section through there for us. Good fastest of the section, yes. That means we went faster than signs in front of us on a Ferrari, which is the best car we did right now. Trying to get a good exit through here as we do get a very nice one. Keep the car right up next to the wall. Float it to this wall. Just narrowly missing walls this entire track. Get the foot to the floor as soon as we can. Signs is gonna speed away through this section because his engine power is faster than ours. We try to squeeze through here, we lose the rear end, but we're gonna flash back because this is actually a good, starting to be a good lap. Keep it right up close to the wall here, make sure it's nice up close to the wall. Actually, we can put a little vote in chat. Should we do flashbacks during qualifying or just the race? I feel like we should do just the race because the qualifying seems a little bit excessive, but it's okay. Perez setting the fastest time of this section so far. We're trying to get a good exit off the hairpin as we do get a solid exit off the hairpin. Foot to the floor the entire way down to the finish line. Sign sets a 30. We set a 31.5, almost in the 30s. We go right behind Verstappen, it looks like. But we need to get in the top 10 to get in the Q3, which Vip's set 8th in Q1, so that should be attainable for us. He's right behind us, actually. Let's go 700ths faster than he does. We'll go out with probably just enough time for one lap, probably around like 3 minutes, 3:30. Yeah, around here. We are in right now, but we're gonna go out just to hope we get enough time for a second lap. Try to just ensure we do get this. I'm just gonna brace again. I'm gonna be pissed because I just fixed it today for this stream, so I can start streaming again. Good exit so we can get a good start to this lap. Keeping it below the white line. A little not loud, but we stretch the rules here. Late braking, it's not that was actually a lot. Shoot on the floor, foot to the floor as quickly as we can, trying to get a good exit off the turn 1, just like off turn 2. It was like last before, keep it close to that wall, get the foot down to as soon as we can. Those better turn down before. We're going to have to level the gas a little bit through here. As we do, we tap the wall. That's probably going to give us a little bit of front wing damage. But we should be okay to continue throughout the rest of the lap. Let's check the front wing damage. It says we don't, but I'm strong feeling we do. Qualifying's over. We need to get one more good time and foot to the floor as quickly as we can off the exit of that turn. A good exit there. A bit better than the lap before. Run it right up close to that wall, ride the curve, foot to the floor, get a good exit as we do. We needed that good exit here. Trying to get a good activation on the DRS here as we do get one. riding the walls, trying to get a lower time than our first one. As we do break in, that section's gonna be a little bit slower than our first one. Actually, a lot of it slow. We lose a tenth on that turn alone. We're gonna need to get a good hairpin here if we want to ensure our Q3 arrival, which we do have it right now. But there are probably more cars out behind us. We break late, way later. We go deep into the hairpin, trying to get a good exit and lose the rear end and spin it around. Get some rear wing damage and some front wing damage. We're gonna actually flashback. That's why I don't have the rear wing damage. We're gonna go a little bit more conservative this attempt into the hairpin, trying to get into a good exit, but we do not. So we're gonna get a run to the line, qualifying over. We stay 8th, it looked like. So we should be getting. We do. We get 8th. We are going to have a Q3 appearance in our first race, and the cutscenes are really, really shitty right now. But other than that, we're fine. We do get 8th. Both of us, me and my teammate, Yuri Vips, into Q3 in our first ever race. So that's promising. That's a promising performance, I should say. So our 12th was actually our 12th sponsor was a bit of a what's the word? Conservative, I should say. Guess I should have went for the P10 just to push myself a little bit more, but we already picked it. No going back now. We'll probably pick up the P10 one after next sponsorship. So we're gonna try to get a good lap in here. Q3. Put to the floor down, try and get some good speed into the lap. As we do so far, late braking into turn 1, a little bit deep, trying to get a good exit through turn 2. Put to the floor as quickly as we possibly can without losing the rear end. So we go close to the wall, ride the bumper. Foot not all the way to the floor, because this is you get the level gas a little bit through this part, ride the edges of the bumpers. Keep it going. Bank turn, trying to just pin it to the ground as soon as we get to the, as soon as we get close to the wall, keep it close to these walls as we come through here. Brake a little early, ride it close, ride the bumper. Let it extend out to the other wall, but all the way to the floor again. We are wide open now. Okay, section through there. I'm not all the way confident going through that turn. Deer's wide open again for the final second of last time on this lap. Getting every ounce of Mercedes power unit we have. Trying to get a good exit off the hairpin. Foot to the floor as soon as we get in the 4th gear. Straight line run all the way to the finish. And that's a 1:30.6, 4/10 faster than our last lap time. That put us into 8th. So let's return to garage, fast forward a little bit in the qualifying session. See where we end up. 5th right now. We're going to go out again with like 3:30 left. So we have enough time for one lap. Still 5th. We're going to see if we can prove at all. Because a 5th is a great performance for the first lap. This series might actually have to make me increase the difficulty if we are doing too good in the first season. Because you guys will see, I defend like a fucking bat out of hell into. But we are ahead of Perez, which is one of the Red Bulls. Right behind our engine supplier's main team of Mercedes, George Russell. I know actually Hamilton might have got knocked out in Q1. We can scroll through after qualifying to see if he's there or not. Good line through turn 1, good line through turn 2, trying to push the exit. Let's see what we can do. We had a better exit on our first flying lap. Better line through there as we try to keep it tight on close to the racing line through here. Foot flat to the floor, had to lose let off the gas a little bit through there. Get down the power as soon as we can, riding the bumpers through every single turn. Really trying to get every ounce of track and performance out of this car, trying to improve from our P5 position. Foot to the floor, we are 2/10 right now behind our first lap break. A little bit later, why the bumper could cover a little bit, but we are now 3/10 behind our last lap. That's how fast we were on that last lap. Just insanely rapid. Got every ounce of performance out of our Mercedes power unit. It's much slower through there. We almost lose the rear end just like we did last time. Activating DRS again the second to last time on this lap. 7/10 behind our previous lap. So it looks like 5th place at the highest is where we're going to stay for the beginning for our first qualifying ever, which I am not upset with at all. Trying to put the foot to the floor just to get a good exit. Run to the line in the last lap of qualifying for us. 5th place, it looks like, is going to be the qualifying position for us. Yes, it is. A great 5th place. Very happy with that as we flow through into the end of the first qualifying. Our teammate back down at 8th. We are 6/10 ahead of him. So it's weird that our car has pace, as Hamilton is down there in P10, P8, P9, sorry. As we are hoping for a good result here in the rest of this weekend. We are in P5, so if we get a good jump, we might be able to get something out of that. That is a little bit of time. Let's look at chat. What's been going on? Oh my god, you guys have been talking about Legos the entire time I was in qualifying. Thank you for filling my chat with Lego talk. What? What do you do about it?
No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal, and it's make or break here at round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And a very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Russell, the real deal, and Perez. Fernando Alonso, Yuri Vips, Hamilton, and Valtteri Bottas. Ocon, Gasly, Kevin Magnussen, and Norris. Mick Schumacher, Joe, Alex Albon, and Lance Stroll. Vettel, Ricciardo, Latifi, and Yuki Tsunoda. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? A new season, then a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davis.
Okay, that cutscene is like the same as every single race. Okay, we're gonna lower. Actually, no, we'll keep it around here. Around 14 laps of around +1 lap for fuel. As we're going to have a formation lap because I like manually parking in this game and it's good. But teams, people behind us, starting on the medium, compound tire, very interesting. So they're going to be able to go longer on this on the first part, but they're gonna have faster tires on the second bit. Yes, the real deal. That's why I picked it. Well, P5, a great qualify for our first race. Trying to get some heat in these tires. As that's going to be a problem off of pit stops. The tires are so cold, and it takes, for me at least, a bit to get them warmed up. Get some heat in the sauce as we trail of both Ferraris, a Red Bull, and a Mercedes. So we should have limited our car with our season sponsors. But we'll make it work. We'll see. We'll try our best. See what we can do. It's a long formation lap. We are trying not to smash into the back anyone. I'll have to start here. That one starts sorting. Look through all the gears. Last second tire warm up. As we come into the hairpin. As rounding off the end of this formation lap, getting ready to go green for the first time in our 2022 My Team career mode. Starting right behind George Russell and right ahead of Sergio Perez in our Shell Formula 1 team car. We started in the midfield, but we actually might have some success early. Maybe a podium or two this season, this first year. We'll see. So trying to get the best pits parking at 0.2 meters
Let's make sure we get the edge on the surrounding
to the
drivers
front of
as the
our pit
lights go
stop.
out.
But
Keep
as
an eye on the lights. The start
we're going to
sequence will begin
get
as soon as the grid is formed.
into
Be ready with the clutch.
as Yuki Tsunoda gets in 5 red lights here in the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, and away we go. We're trying to get as best of a start we can. It's really loose out the beginning. We'll lose a lot of time as Yuri Vips, our teammate, gets an amazing start. Sends it down the inside of Sergio Perez. He's able to get into P6 as we somehow hold our position in P5. We make a little bit of contact with George Russell off the beginning. We single file out through these first few turns. He's just trying to be consistent, wait for the cars in front of us to make a mistake, capitalize on their mistake, and get into some higher positions on the course. As we get a way better run than George Russell does, using plenty of ERS here at the beginning, but George Russell is as well. We're trying to make a lunge. He goes defensive. No, we're not. We're gonna try to make a move around the outside, but he's gonna get a better line and exit through there than we are. So not much we could do there against George Russell on that attempt. Yuri Vips right behind us. That's an amazing start he got. We're trying to stay close to Russell here at the beginning. See if our car has any semblance of race pace. And to use some ERS, as our teammate Yuri Vips is not catching up to us. He might go for a sort of move if he keeps using ERS here. No, he doesn't, as we get a terrible turn through there. Keep the car in a straight line. Yuri Vips forced to slow down. He might be under attack from Perez soon, as Carlos Sainz is going for a move on Charles Leclerc ahead of us. You can see on the mini map the 2 red dots going at it into the hairpin. That's going to cause him to slow down. Verstappen and Russell might be able to get an opportunity to catch up to him. They're trying to catch up, back up to Russell after the piss poor lap 1 that we had compared to the front 4 drivers. That shows the pace of that car compared to us. As our teammate Yuri Vips is being attacked by Sergio Perez into turn 1. Will Perez go for the move? Try and make it stick. Looks like he will, but Yuri Vips coming back at him. As that is really slowing down. I can't even look behind and see him, but Yuri Vips is going to hold position as of right now, as we're trying to keep up with George Russell and this train of the Ferraris and the Red Bull in front of us, so we can maybe get any semblance of more than a P5 in this race. Using a little bit of ERS to just keep up and stay in the toe of these cars in front of us. But hard braking, trying to get a good exit. Oh, as we lose it, we're going to use the flashback there because I'm not letting that happen in the first race. We go from P5 to the back of the grid. I'm assuming a good battle is going to be coming from Vips and our teammate Yuri Vips and Perez back there, as we're trying to keep up with this front train, hoping they battle a bit more, just to let us keep up with them without having to use as much ERS as we are using right now, which is a lot, and which could screw up the rest of our race later. But Verstappen gaining on Sainz to this fast sweeping part of the track, trying to get a good turn this time through there. We keep them trying to get the foot to the ground as fast as we can, trying to get a good exit. Verstappen doing a good job of keeping pace with the Ferraris in a slower car. We're doing a good job of keeping pace in the sprint train in a much slower car. That's not much slower. We're fifth best car on the grid behind Alfa Romeo. Bottas had a pretty bad qualifying where his car is on the grid. But Perez made a move into the hairpin that I missed. Got to position, but here comes Yuri Vips fighting back. Yuri Vips fighting back at him behind us. It's weird. We still just sit in the train as he goes through moving to turn one. Looks like Perez is going to be able to keep the edge on Vips this time, but Vips actually still fighting back at him. Gets the position of sixth back. Oh, but they're still side by side. They have to be. This is a position, if you can see on the top left of the screen, just keeps changing between Perez and Vips as they're still side by side as Vips gets the position back. What a battle that we are unfortunately not able to witness going on between Vips and Perez. We actually might have to look at the replay after this just to see the battle's going on, but that allowed Hamilton to catch up. Hamilton was attacked Perez through there, as you saw Hamilton appear on the top left for a bit in the scorecard in the 7th position. As we are trying to keep up with George Russell here, who actually looks like he might have lost the toe of Verstappen in front of him. That's going to make him very vulnerable to us with DRS. As we're trying to get a good exit through here so we can keep up with them and maybe make a movement on Russell into the hairpin. With DRS wide open, foot to the floor. No DRS being used, as we actually have to save something because you used so much at the beginning of this race, so we're not going to be able to make a move into the hairpin. Maybe into turn one if we're quick enough on the exit here. Trying to get our foot to the floor as we do pretty quickly for us. DRS wide open again as Yuri Vips and Perez still going at it behind us. Russell using a lot of DRS, has to be, because we weren't catching up to him for a bit there on the straightaway.
Okay, so we're leading our
But
teammate
we go very deep into the turn, but we managed to get it slowed down. We are now right behind George Russell going through sector 1 here. As both of us are now pretty far behind the leading 3 cars, so we're gonna have to push up to try and catch up to Verstappen if we want this podium, in a potential podium in our first race ever in this My Team career mode. We get a better exit than Russell. It's a lap 1 repeat. Are we gonna be able to make the move this time? Plenty of ERS being used into the bank turn. We're on the inside, Russell on the outside. Will he be able to hold it there on the outside? No, he will not. We're gonna squeeze him out, and we're going to make the move. But Russell's going to have DRS now into this part, but he might actually not need the DRS. As he's trying to go for the move right now, we're going to squeeze him out. It's going to slow both of us down. And now we are both just getting further and further away from these podium positions. Russell's going to try and come back at us this time with DRS on the straightaway. Will he be able to get it? We're going to let him go by, because we are going to have DRS on the longer straightaway into the hairpin with a better chance of overtaking. As he soared past us there. But there's wide open for us. We're going to try and make another comeback move against Russell. As he goes defensive on the inside, we're going to go to the outside here. Try and make a move around the outside of the hairpin. We break later, but he's right there. As our engineer comes over and saying tire grip's going to be a problem. We still have DRS. DRS now wide open. As he's using ERS. George Russell's pitting. George Russell pitting along with Max Verstappen. He's going to try and undercut us, as we're going to pit this lap instead. So we're going 1 lap longer than George Russell. This is actually crucial that he stayed in front of us for Russell. For his wheels lose the back end there. Because yeah, that tire wear is starting to come into effect massively now. As we are feeling it, we are 5 seconds back from each train either way. The only battle we're probably going to have for the rest of this race is with George Russell. For this 4th place position is Hamilton on the mediums into 4th. Where did Perez go on the mediums? Because we know he's going longer on the mediums, unless he had to pit for damage. We don't know. Actually, Verstappen came in, and no, you see that blue dot on the mini-map. That is Perez right there behind Ocon in the sauce. So a bad start for Perez, losing out to Vips, Hamilton, and Ocon. Just plummeting down the order here as pit stops start to cycle through. The one and only pit stop of this race. We're gonna use a lot of ERS here, knowing that we're gonna get some back via the pit stop. Again, not the confidence, the lack of confidence in able to keep the car straight through that start, really showing for us. As we're trying to push on this in lap, just so we can maybe stay ahead of Russell, as he is going to have warm tires compared to our cold tires when we leave the pit lane. Here we're gonna come into the pit lane. This lap was one of the Ferraris. Both the Ferraris stayed out longer there.
Leclerc's in the pits.
So we got 5-second penalty for fucking where? Because apparently that the zone is a lot sooner. So we're gonna engage the pit limiter a lot sooner than I thought we had to. We apparently got a penalty. But yeah, there's the medium tires going a bit longer. We're gonna have to try and get a good turn in here for optimal pit stop as we do. Hopefully no problems on the tires, no problems at all. A good pit stop, and let's hope for a good exit to the pit lane here. No spinning, no losing room. We lose a little bit there though. We're gonna try and come out ahead of Nicholas Latifi in the Williams. No, we will not. George Russell right here with us as well. So we're gonna come out right behind George Russell with a little tap to the wall. But our tires are ice cold. So Russell's going to be able to get a bit of a gap here, and we're going to have to push on these pressure tires. Latifi on the sauce still ahead. As Russell makes a mistake, we're going to try and make a move, but he hogs the line. All of that action. We need to reset because I lost the rear end. I mean, it's probably going to happen again. We're going to, again, have to try to warm up our tires because they are ice cold. Russell, again, makes that same mistake we saw last time. He's going to hog that line, and we're going to have to slow down. He's going to hog the racing line, and we're going to have to slow down massively because of our cold front tires, not able to get the turn in that he does. Using ERS, though, just to try and keep pace, so I'm staying in the DRS of him because we know he's going to be in the DRS of Latifi, which Latifi's probably going to pit in this lap. Being that he is still on the sauce, Russell trying to size up and move on Latifi so he can start pulling away from us. He hasn't been able to do so far. We're going to use ERS and DRS once we get it. But Russell's going for a move. Latifi blocks him off. Latifi battling for his life, which is really helping us. We don't have to use that much ERS, and we're still catching the Merc and the Williams here. In this last DRS zone, Russell's going to try and make another move, I'm assuming, on Latifi as he pulls out already. But he's going for a move around the outside. He's going to soar past the Williams in the much faster car. Latifi is going to have to pit. Will he come back at Russell into the hairpin? Yes, he will. Braking late. It's going to allow us to get a great gap close on George Russell here. As Russell's not going to have DRS, Latifi got it. That's going to allow us to maybe get a move into the turn one here. As we are using plenty of ERS to get the move, we're going to go around the outside into turn one. Are we going to be able to make the move stick? Maybe as we push this a bit wide. We do make the turn stick, foot to the floor as quickly as we possibly can. Russell gets a great exit. He's going to try and come through. We're going to stay side by side through this first part of the track. As we almost lose the rear, he's going to be able to come back at us again. Russell trying to make something happen around the outside. We stay in, foot to the floor through there, and we stay ahead of George Russell through sector one here. But how will he do compared to us in sector two as we're trying to catch up to these the medium tire starters who went longer, who are going to be going longer on this first stint? As Russell is keeping up with us through this section, as we know he's going to have DRS on us through here. We're going to save ERS for a potential fight back into the long straightaway into the hairpin. As here he comes, using all of the using DRS, maybe some ERS too. He's gonna go to the inside into the sharp right-hander. I don't know who is ahead there, so he might have DRS in a turn. Oh no. That's we lose it again. But here we come back into this action again. He's again charging with DRS and probably ERS behind us. Looking to soar past in the turn. No, he stays behind us. So we're gonna have to use some ERS here on this straightaway to stay ahead of George Russell. As we are going to battle into the hairpin. ERS being used for me, DRS and ERS most likely being used for Hamilton. Not Hamilton, Russell, as we're going to battle into the hairpin. Russell's going to brake later than us. Show his car on the outside. We're going to shut the door on him. He's going to have DRS again unless US runs through. He's probably going to make a move into the first turn. Will he be able to? We're alongside. He's going to be going for the same move that we hit on lap one. He's going to be pretty much clear. He's going to close us off. We're going to make a lot of wheel contact and some bodywork contact too as he closes us off through the rest of turn one. So he's going to have the lead on us as of right now through sector one. We know we're faster through sector one, but he's faster than us through that second part of most of sector two. So if we want to make a move, we have to make a move now. So we can get DRS, so we actually might not have to use DRS for the second bit. We're going to use ERS to keep up with Russell through here. We're not going to be able to make a move after this first sector, which we are faster than, which we did gain some time on. Get our foot to the floor as quickly as possible, trying to keep pace with Russell on the exit. We're doing everything we can just to keep pace with us and keep in the DRS, because once we know if we are in the DRS Russell, we're going to be gaining on him drastically on the straightaways, because we are in the same power unit. He's pulling away from us at the beginning. DRS now wide open for me. No ERS being used yet, as we are reeling him in ever so slightly with the DRS. As we get a bad turn, we have to cut across the curb a little bit. ERS now wide. We're now using plenty of ERS. DRS again wide open. As there's a sheer power difference from ERS and DRS being used against Russell, shown clearly now. We have to shut off ERS a bit into the hairpin. We're going to try and break late, stay with him, get a good exit here. With DRS, we're going to try and make a move back into turn 1 like he did us on the lap before. ERS, plenty of it being used. This dragon staying in the switch and pulling it out to the outside, but last second we're going to break later than we're going to go deep. He's able to come back. We're going to go very deep. We have to pretty much cut the turn. We're almost losing. He's going to get a way better exit. We're going to lose it again. Hold it both times. We're trying to keep it tight, keep it close through here, as we are clearly losing a lot of tire grip compared to George here. He's doing a much better job of conserving his tires than we are. We are pushing our poor shelled car in just to keep us. I didn't get to hear who that was, I was talking over it. I didn't who had an issue. It might be someone ahead of us, it might be someone behind us. If it's someone ahead of us, that's like Russell, like Verstappen, or one of the Ferraris. That might help us. We might be battling for a podium position right here, George Russell and I, if that was one of the Ferraris in front of us. But again, through here, we're using ERS to keep pace with them, and then we're going to activate DRS. Shut off the ERS, try and save some for the long straight into the hairpin. We're not going to make a move into this turn. We know we're slower than him. We're just going to try and keep it close on the turn, get a good exit, keep it pinned. ERS wide open, DRS wide open now. We are gaining on it. We're not going to be able to make a move into the hairpin. We're using a lot of power to just try and keep pace with them and make the move, trying to get a good exit here. As we do get a go with ERS again being used with DRS wide open, we're going to try and make a move in the turn 1 if we can get close enough to him. We are gaining. We are going to get nowhere near close to it, able to make a move. We're going to get right up to the back end under brake and trying to get a good exit compared to Russell. As we do get a good exit, but not compared to Russell. He's going to start to pull away a little bit from us here. We're going to have to try and keep it closer here, as he's been faster than us, which is not good for us, because we have been faster than in previous laps, except for last lap. This last one, we're going to try and get our foot to the floor, cut the track a little bit with no warning, thanks to regular corner cutting and not strict. We're going to stay right up close to the back end of the Mercedes, trying to get a good exit. Maybe something happened here. Foot to the floor, trying to just use the slipstream on Russell just to stay close and maybe make something happen with these DRS on. So you're going to storm off in front of us off the turn. We're going to use ERS before the DRS on to just start reeling him back in. DRS now being used with the slipstream, just reeling him back in ever so slightly. Just trying to stay closer to maybe make a move into the hairpin. We're going to have to bounce across the curb again. So we almost lose this. We do lose it. I want to reset that. I'm getting so excited for things I know I'm going to reset. Okay, here we go. Again, in the slipstream, trying to get a good turn, much better than last attempt. We don't have much ERS. We're going to use all of it that we can into this hairpin. As Leclerc takes the lead as we here at our engineer side. We're gaining on Russell. Just not able to get close enough into the hairpin. If we get a good exit, we might be able to get close enough into the turn 1. ERS being used instantly off the exit with DRS now. Gaining on him again. We're going to just stay in the slipstream of this car until probably the last second. He goes defensive. We're going to go to the outside. We're going to make a lunge on the outside to try and just keep our nose in. But he gets a bad turn. We get a bad exit. Is he going to be able to come back at us? Doesn't look like it as of right now. He's just going to tuck it. We're going to go a little bit defensive into the turn as he does show his nose into that turn. It's going to slow both of us down drastically. But I'm going to come out on top. We're going to come out on top compared to George Russell through there. That's going to be huge for us in this Grand Prix lap with 3 laps to go. We go through sector 1 way faster than them. than Russell here, but he's gonna catch back up using a slipstream of us. Trying to get a good exit off the turn just to get some gap between us and Russell, because we know he's going to just soar and catch up to us in the straightaways. This battle has been going on for pretty much the entirety of the race. Foot to the floor, trying to get a bit of run. He gets a way better exit than us through there. He's gonna have DS wide open right now. So he's gonna try and make a move. We're gonna squeeze him out a little bit, but he shows his nose. We get to give way a little bit into that turn. I don't know who got DRS there. It might be him, it might be us. We got it. So we're going to be able to save a lot of power through the straightaway. We're using slipstream and ERS. He's still catching us. He's keeping pace with us on the straightaway. He's going to get DRS on this main straight too, so he's going to be able to come back at us into 2 to go. We're going to have to do some major defensive work on George Russell. He gets a way better exit than us. We're using ERS to try and just stay in front of him. But he's using ERS and DRS now to keep up, and he's going to go to the inside, and we were able to go defensive quick enough. I haven't been able to keep up with the commentating. That's how much action's going on right now. We do a good job of squeezing him out and just holding the racing line. He really come back at us through his first sector. Yes, he will. Shows his nose again through that turn. Because we're going to have to cut the turn a little bit, but he's able to stay right with us. We're right on the ass end of our car. We're pushing our shove to keep this our shell-powered car, or Mercedes-powered car, with it, just to try to keep with this. I can't talk. Just to try and stay in front of George Russell with 2 to go. He's going to have DRS again. As he again gets, we get a better exit than last time. We hit touch wall. Maybe a little bit of wing damage as we're trying to run as close as well as we can. Let's still use as much circuit as possible. But now this whole DRS struggle again. Is he going to go for a move in the turn this time? Yes, he is. He's going to go for a move. Side by side to the turn. They're still side by side. Who's going to be able to get DRS? I think he's got it. Yes, he does. We touch. Am I going to the wall? We can't reset that, but that was insane. Just a little bit of wheel contact, and we go powering into the wall after he gets DRS. We're going to fast forward to like right here, where he gets DRS and we don't. A little bit more wheel contact than we do. We have to hit the brakes a little bit so we don't go into the wall, but with ERS and slipstream, you see the difference between just DRS and ERS. When we pull to the side, he's going to have the edge. We're going to try and make a lunge into the final turn. Just stick it on the outside, so we don't have to do much work into the straightaway. When we're side by side, he gets about to exit. We're going to open DRS wide open. His ERS is overpowered, so we have to use a little bit just to get the momentum back in our favor into the final lap of this race. We go deep in the turn, but he breaks way later than us, forcing us over the bumpers. He's still there on the outside. We almost lose the rear end. He's going to try and make him pick his nose into us on this turn. We will not let that happen. It's through sector 1. We're up in front. Tire wear might start to be a problem soon. We're trying to flow through this turn. Leclerc's down to 3rd. What happened to Leclerc? We don't know. He was in the lead of his. That's how close that is. We're gonna have to, I want to actually come to the end just to see how this race ends up, because those two are very tight to each other. Back to back to back. That's going to be a fight to the end for the win. It's going to be a fight to the end for P4 between Russell and I. We are a little bit ahead, a bit further ahead than we were on any previous lap before on this battle. We get a good exit, but Russell gets a way better exit than us again. He's going to have DRS and ERS through the sector 2. DRS point, he's using all of it. He's going for a move into this turn. I think we got DRS and we're able to stay ahead. We have to slow down a little bit just to make sure we keep the car straight. We're going to have DRS into the run. We're trying to make a move. We start soaring past Russell into the hairpin. We're going to break a little early. Let him get in front of us. Maybe we can get DRS out of the turn. He gets it. Might have been a blunder. We crash. And there's Bottas on the way through. We're going to reset that. And again, where he comes soaring around the outside with ERS. He's gonna have ERS using all the power he can. He's on the outside. We're on the outside. He's on the inside. He's gonna get ERS and the better exit. We're gonna come through, trying everything. Wait, nobody's using DRS, but Russell's gonna get P4. We're gonna get P5. Bottas almost caught up to that battle with P6. But it was a P5, a good finish for our first race, staying in the same position as we are. Bottas gets the driver of the day, surprisingly.
drive that was
But
to take the win.
congratulations to
And
Ferrari
here we
and
are, a team that
Carlos
is no
Sainz
stranger to the
getting
podium.
getting his first ever F1 win in this alternate F1 universe.
Let's have a look then at the driver's standings.
But that
Carlos
battle at
Sainz
the end
now
between
leads
the
the Drivers'
Ferrari and
Championship as a result of his
Ferraris
great
and Max
performance
Verstappen
today.
has to be insane. So we're gonna fast forward all the way to that real quick. So we're just gonna soar through the laps. We're gonna go to the cinematic camera. On the final lap, the battle between these three actually isn't that much closer than I thought it was. It's if we don't even get to see the end for some. Oh no, that is after the race. Never mind. So let's rewind a bit. Here, let's just go back to here. On the final lap, these three battling. Oh no, that's it. Oh, how close is it into like the hairpin and stuff? Oh, they stayed single file. Actually, wasn't actually as interesting as I thought it was going to be. But P5, great vision for us. Thanks to the hype in chat from everyone that's watching. But a great result from us. We're gonna crush our sponsor goal of 12th or above. We're gonna be able to level up to 7, over halfway through 7. We're gonna crush this, get an extra 100,000, which is actually pretty huge for us going into some more upgrades on our car. But we're gonna do one more race tonight, as we're not that far away from the Australian Grand Prix. Gonna keep the morale high. Gonna do reaction training for our teammate. Get some cash, and that's gonna be it for the activities facilities. We have 3 million. We can also upgrade some personnel. Actually, no, we can't upgrade anything else for Aero, which would be huge for us to upgrade stuff for Aero. We're not able to do that. We have 775, 755 R&D, so we could go for some more front downforce. It actually might not be a terrible idea. Will this come in right after Australian Grand Prix? When is our other stuff gonna come in? April 1st and April 13th. So we have a chance to get one upgrade here, as it does succeed, as that's it should be a drag reduction.
We'll have them with us for the next
Succeed,
Grand
which is
Prix.
going to be huge for us. Into this, yeah, it is. It is a massive drag reduction, and another one right after 755. We're gonna go right into that one actually. Just using all of our points as we do get into 4th on the grid car wise, catching up to Mercedes right off the bat. We barely get ahead of Alpine, who actually jumped Alfa Romeo after Saudi Arabia as well. We're gonna fast forward a bit more, get some more money, get some more R&D. As our first Pirelli Hot Lap, which is a new feature of this game.
Be on the car ready for the next race.
It's gonna be good. But we're gonna go for the we'll go for the average speed zone in the Mercedes car, in the Mercedes supercar in this game. That actually is powered by that we are powered by, not the same engine, but similar. We get 3 attempts to hit that speed, the average speed of this section of the Australian Grand Prix laid out in rain for us. It's just not going to be that fun. So I have done this before on my personal account. I wasn't able to hit gold. Just not that quick to this area. Trying to get as much speed as possible through this long straightaway so you can hold it on this turn right into the finish. We get the 6th gear braking bit early. Trying to get this weird 90-degree turn, foot to the floor, trying to keep it above 53. We're not able to. We do keep it above 51. I think that is silver for us. No, by 0.02 of a kilometer per hour, we are not going to get silver. But we do get 2 more attempts, thankfully. So bronze right now, not that much acclaim or cash being bonus from this. Trying to just get this Mercedes supercar that is 0 downforce to the turns compared to the Formula 1 car. We're trying to get as much speed as we can again through this part. Just up to 6 before we start hitting the brakes. Going into this turn, we're just going to try turning it in, getting on the acceleration quickly as possible. Trying to hold it above 53. We don't even hold it above 51. That was a way worse lap. Previous attempt than last one. 49, just above bronze, but it's okay. So we have 1 more attempt. Mercedes supercar is not doing that great around this part of the Australian section for us, so we're just not driving it that well here in the rain. We're gonna get the foot to the floor and the rain just not cooperating with us. Get right at the 6 before we start hitting the brakes again, trying to get a good turn in through here. Trying to gas it on the exit, keep it above 151. Will we be able to? No, we will not. And that's going to be it for that part. We are going to get a bronze medal. Last time I did this, I was able to get silver, but hey, when push comes to shove, you kind of suck dick sometimes. So, we are going to fast forward through the practice sessions because we don't need to do that again. Because we're pretty confident around Australia, at least I am. As long as it's not raining, hopefully. Or we could get a mechanical failure. Hopefully not. Don't want one. As it is supposed to, looks like it's going to be a dry race, thankfully, since we are not that confident in the wet. As my mic, I just realized my mic has fallen further and further down my mic stand. Because the tape that I'm using to keep it up isn't working very well. I'll try and fix it again better for next stream, but my link formation is actually working fairly well. Yeah, let's stop wasting time, get into this. Into this practice session, just try and speed through this as quickly as possible. So fucking go for a 25% one, because it will not go through, not surprisingly. We're gonna try and look for a smaller one, 650, 100%. We're gonna easily get that. It's 100%. Only 2 things achieved for us, both R&D based, which is actually okay, because we do get a fair amount of R&D points from doing this. We want to keep the upgrades flowing through here, so we don't have to worry about other teams catching up to us and passing us on the R&D, on the car performance charts. Get through. Next to all of those, we don't really need any of those. The main ones we want here is the rear downforces we're gonna get right here. So we're gonna snag that up real quick, because that's not gonna let us go the rest of that, as we want some more R&D. We're gonna take the 70% one over the 50. Hopefully it goes through, as it does. Anything that we're able to get before we can end session? We have end session? No. We end session again, hoping to match the qualifying pace that we had last time, because last time we had mega pace in Saudi Arabia, and this is the new Australian GP layout actually, so it's a bit different from previous games. So I'm gonna stop yapping about stuff and just focus on getting through his practice sessions. So the stream continues to push forward. We'll go for the engine power one, even though it's 25%. Fuck it, why not? No. Go for it again, maybe. We get it this time. Hey, there we go. We don't really need any energy store. Turbo durability is actually really nice, because turbo is awesome, as we do get it right before the session ends for us. So qualifying into Australia now is we're gonna get a fair amount of R&D, 1300, which should be enough to get us the next chassis. Like start getting next chassis thing, which is going to be amazing for us, as we need as much chassis stuff as we can get at the beginning of this, just to keep reducing the weight and drag of our car is important. As we're going to grab the engine cover to try and get the weight distribution through, as we're going to jump into the full qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix. We are going to see what this thing balanced. I agree with the balance setup. Go right into the flying lap here. Our first flying lap. Just try and put it on a, try and get a good lap, as our teammate is actually in front of us. Here he's Vips trying to set us his first lap of qualifying here in Australia. This part of the section is the only thing I'm really not so confident about with the throttle. But other than that, I feel this is a pretty good track for me. I forgot to put sponsors again on the car. I'll probably do that off camera if I forget to do it again at the end of this episode. But yeah, just trying to get a benchmark time down, just something that might be able to get us into Q2. Oh, as we go very deep into that turn. Very deep. What are we doing on this lap? Not a very good lap so far at all. Because our teammate's going to storm away from us. I don't even think he's on a flyer. That got turned a very much faster turn. But we take an ass. Just like we've taken a pretty bad lap here. We're probably going to have to go for a second run right at the end of the session. Right at the end, yeah, at the end of Q1, trying to, as we hopefully succeed into Q2 again. Almost lose it off the fast left right. This turn also really weird as we go very deep into the gravel. We do keep the car straight, pointing in the right direction. We're just trying to get this lap done so we can set another one. After we come across the line, Yuri said a 120. We said a 121.8, which is a second slower than he goes. We hopefully will be able to improve by a second after that honestly awful first lap. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, see how far we drop, as we do drop far into the bottom. We're 21st right now, which pretty much is 22nd at the Yuki set a shitter of a first lap like us. So 121, so we're probably going to go around just under 4 minutes here. Have enough time for one more lap. Hopefully get a good lap in as we get over here in Q1. That'll be a fucking travesty for us. So of course, as we do get shuffled down to 22nd after Sonoda improves like I said he would. Oh, as we lose on the rear end. And that's my fucking mic stand. Trying to get a good exit here. It's a long straightaway. No straightaway. Trying to get a good turn one. So we do get a better turn in, but the exits were way worse than our first lap. We're already a tenth behind. Braking a little bit early, learning from our first mistake, keeping it right up next to the apex, going fast on our first lap, keeping it right up next to this apex as well, also going fast on our first lap. Which the game is going to like us for that, only a tenth faster though. We're going to try and go much faster through here too, keeping the throttle down pretty much the entire time. The game's going to like that one. Extend it out to the outside, start cutting it back toward the inside here. Just going from one side of the track to the other through a straightaway. Follow the racing line through here. This has to be faster than last time as well if we want to get out of Q1 apparently, since our car might not have pace here. But nah, it's realistically just a bad first lap. As we bounce the curb, get the car moving, as we gain plenty of tenths through there. That's probably all the tenths we need to get out of this bottom 5. So we might have came out a little early, as we're going to have enough time for another lap if we don't want to do that. Compare that. The way we get to her, counting down to the start and finish line for the rest of this lap. We're going to get into only 18th, so we do have to do this extra lap. So we try to get a good exit here through turn 1, as we do get a much better exit here through turn 1. Almost 2 tenths gain through there, including the exit, as we are going to have to continue to keep pushing here, as I thought Australia was going to be a for sure good race for us, but apparently not. Trying to find every ounce of pace left in this car. We're not going to have a lot of ERS for the straight, so we're going to be slower there. So we're going to have to make it up on the turns. Just keep the car foot to the floor on like every turn that we can. Open up to the outside, cut it back down to the inside. And we can shuffle back down to P20. So this could be a travesty for us after coming P5 in the first race. So that P5 was just a fluke. And our car really isn't that slow. We'll have to just figure out where Yuri Vifs went. So we put the foot to the floor again, trying to improve, lowering time as our exit there wasn't as good. Bounce across the curb again, trying to get our foot to the floor soon this time, as we do make that happen through the gravel turn, as I like to call it. We're into the last little bit trying to get our foot to the floor as soon as we can, trying to get the last bit of this lap good, as it's not. We're slower than before. We're losing time. We're not going to be able to get out of Q1. We're not even going to be able to get out of last place. 22nd on the grid. A travesty for us here in qualifying. I thought we were going to be fine coming into this race, but no, a terrible qualifying us as our teammate goes 14th. I guess that speeds up the Australian Grand Prix as we get a terrible qualifying. We're gonna have to fight our way back through the race with that now. That's gonna be fun. So we lose the claim there from how bad we did in qualifying. What the fuck? I genuinely thought we were gonna have pace in that race, but apparently not. Very less than ideal qualifying after coming P5 after qualifying P5 in Saudi Arabia. We're gonna have to figure something out for this race. Better than that, we do have a much faster car than everyone around us. I guess that's promising, but if we don't have the pace around the track, it's not gonna mean anything. We're gonna have to be very, very quick around here. I probably should have looked at the grid so we can see where everyone's lined up. Look at the race director. So Charles Leclerc is gonna get pole. Our teammate is gonna only get 14th, so our car is actually much slower around here than Saudi Arabia was. Our teammate only be able to get 14th after us. We're gonna lighten the car by putting less fuel in it, as we're gonna have to fly at the start of this race. Qualifying way at the back. I'm dumbfounded, honestly. I should have practiced, maybe. I thought we were good.
Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap, please. We're loading the gears. So
Yeah, formation, second formation lap. So we have to, they got charged from the back, I guess. Fucking hell. I guess the good part is we have a faster car than the one in the back here. Hopefully our teammate can advance where he is too. Yeah, I'm gonna say it again. Like I'm just dumbfounded. Bad qualifying for us as a whole. 14th and 22nd. Hopefully we can achieve our 12th place from at least one of us. Here in the Australian GP. I'm sorry. I'm sorry not talking. I'm just dumbfounded about how bad of a qualifying we got. Well, I guess we have to put it behind us and just focus on the rest of this race now. Yeah, we're gonna have to get a good start and just play it safe. Look for opportunities that we get. I don't like that 90-degree turn now. We're just gonna have to play it safe around the turn and hope that we can make something happen. Let's look for a good parking and a good race for us since we need it after this qualifying. Get a lot of warmth in those rear tires. Slow it down a lot. Just inch it towards the front of this. Point four. Good parking again. See if we can get a good jump. Hopefully a better jump than last time. It's 5 lights and away we go here for the Australian Grand Prix. As we get a fucking awful start, as we're gonna just go right back to the lights out point. Because that was fucking terrible. As we get a pretty much similar. We're just gonna fucking restart. That was awful. So we're gonna have to work a miracle to get anywhere close to points in this race. It's a much better getaway there. Using ERS to try and make some sort of lunge into turn 1. Make some positions back quicker and easily. As we do, we get past both Williams and maybe Ricardo here too. Ricardo's going to be able to come back at us. We use ERS again. using the hopeful power of our car into turn 3 here, I think this is. And getting past Stroll and maybe Guang Yu Zhou as well as no one not able to get past Guang Yu. Stroll's not coming back on this. Our teammate is already in front of us. He hasn't been able to make any sort of comeback. So we tap the back end of Guang Yu Zhou here. As Stroll comes back to us, we make wheel contact with Stroll. We have to use a lot of ERS through the sweeping section to keep up with this frame in front of us, because that's what we want to keep up with now. Try and stay in the DRS of these cars in front of us. As my teammate looked like he was struggling off the start of this race too. Just apparently no pace, and this Shelled Formula 1 car is a lot of cars are slow off the turn. We go to the grass, we go below Vettel, below Zhou, into a hard braking zone all the way up the inside of our teammate. So we see 10th already. The teammate gets a way better exit than we do. We have to go wide through there. We might have some wing damage after making contact. No, we do not. Trying to stay close with one of those. He pushes us fucking off the track. Trying to stay ahead of one of those we do. We're going to stay behind our teammate through this last little section of the track here. Put some acceleration into our car for that last minute. That's where it has to be where we were lacking. We're not using a lot of ERS. Trying to keep up with our teammate. Cars battling in front of Norris and Ocon, making Yuri Biff's getaway off the turn slow. We're going to use ERS, go to the outside of our teammate here into this turn, but Norris going to brake, allows our teammate to lunge up the inside of Norris after having to defend from us. That's what made these two battle. Then try and get a good getaway. The result, we know Yuri just going to be slow off the turn, so we slow down and give him the room he needs to just slide in front of us. Using again a lot of ERS and slipstream now to stay close to Yuri Vipster here, as he's trying to track down Lando Norris. Both of us trying to get into the top 12 as the Alpines might get close and start fighting for those few positions at the front. As Guang Yu Zhou behind me, trying to get opportunistic from P16 to P15. As we open up ERS again, it looks like we might make a lunge. No, we won't. Not. We're gonna think twice about it. Just sliding behind Yuri Vipster here. Just as both of us looking to get past Norris and just try to make something of our bad qualifying. Yuri Vipster hasn't moved anywhere, but I've moved up to P15 from P22. So I guess not a bad start, but from where we should have been in P5 and P8 from Vips. This terrible first. Terrible qualifying. We're trying to make something of it. So I'm using a lot of ERS just to try to keep up with these front cars here. As we go a bit deep, we managed to get this car slowed down. We almost went really deep in there. Quiet and just focusing, trying to keep up with Yuri Vips, using slipstream through here and a little bit of ERS to try and just get back with them. We want the Alpines to fight, and it looks like they are going to start fighting. This is going to be perfect for us, for us and our shell cars, and Norris and the McLaren. As we're all looking for positions here, just wide open for all of us, except for I think Alonso is ahead of Alpine. We go from one side to the other. We lunge around the outside of our teammate, almost looking like gravel. He's going to get a better exit than we do as we slide into the wall and crash into Guang Yu Zhou and Yuki Tsunoda. We're going to reset that because that was a fucking monumental crash. I'm going to think twice about lunging around our teammate into this and let the Alpines fight in front of us. That's going to slow them down right into us and Norris. Maybe Yuri Vips can make something happen here on Norris. No, he's going to back it over there, trying to get a good exit. No, we're not going to be able to. We lunged up the inside of our teammate. We're going to get a fucking terrible exit because the second time the AI has screwed us out there. Yeah, and we get a safe scenario. Norris goes offensive. We get a terrible turn through there. It was, I don't know, Alonso was ahead of me. I thought he was. What the fuck is we just lose the real end? keep up. Guan Yu Zhou actually gaining on us now. We're not using
window,
ERS.
you're going to be on mediums.
Our sauce starting to get worn now. Because we're not pitting for our 2 laps after they get the first strategy. Yuri Vips, I'm assuming, on our team. Because they qualified so much further up the grid than I did. Because we almost crashed on the line. Had to go lower straight and I did okay. But since this is a train, we're able to keep pace with them very easily. You know, a bit of a train. Our car is just starting to form behind these 2 Alpines, so we're fighting. We need some ERS through here just to keep up and try and get a good lunge with DRS. We might actually decide to make a move on our teammate this time through a turn and try and make it stick without going monumentally deep and making a fucking crash. We're gonna go wild and have to let off the gas massive into there. Our Alpines are probably gonna go at it again into this turn. We really do not. So we hit the brakes a little bit early there for the turn. Norris looks like he really wants to make a move on Ocon, just riding the rear end of that Alpine. So we're gonna lose it again through the final part of the track. This final part of this track is frozen to be a very challenging part for us. And our throttle controls, we almost go right into the rear end of your reverse. Even with throttle control, trying to be nice and easy. You know our tires are worn. Using a lot of ERS here. We're trying to keep up the reverse. So there he goes, Norris trying to make a move on Ocon into turn 1. It makes both of them really slow. Slowing down Yuri Vips and myself, biting into Guan Yu Zhou. And Vips able to get a good getaway in front of us, and he's going to be able to go at Lando Norris into turn 3 here. As Norris made a move on Ocon and try and get a good exit, we're going to be able to make a move around the outside of Yuri Vips, our teammate here. As we're going to use a bit of ERS just to finalize the move. And so you're not battling for very long, you're just keeping pace with Ocon and Norris. As Norris made the move on Ocon as well. As we see P12, we see our sponsor go right in front of our sights with no DRS. I'm going to try to go for an overtake here on Ocon, maybe Norris as well. Right before all of us are going to have to pit. As Yuri Vips gets passed by Guan Yu Zhou, those two are actually side by side right now. There'll be a good exit through there. We're gaining on Ocon as Ocon is gaining on Norris. We're going to stay behind Ocon for now and try and make something happen on the front straightaway. We can stay close. Through the gravel turn, we're trying to stay close to the rear end of that Alpine. Our tires just seem to just be lagging far behind these two. As Alonso comes in, both Norris, Ocon, and myself stay out. As what the fuck is going on through that final section of that? I guess I'm just hitting the gas too quick. I'm pretty sure that time it was because I got in the curbs a bit much. We're trying to put a foot to the floor here. ERS and DRS open now. There's a lot of drivers came in for their first stop onto the medium because we're going to be coming in on this. For our pit stops, we're trying to stay close to this out to the Alpine of Ocon. We're trying to stay close. But if something happens, crash behind us. There's a crash behind us. I don't know what happened there. We're trying to stay close to these two. Is that might have been our teammate Yuri Vips going off into the gravel? I don't know if it was or not. No safety car, no virtual safety cars. We're staying close to the Alpine through this section of the track as we get a better exit than the Alpine. We're going to try and make a move on. We're going to have to try and make a move on the Alpine. He's going to start pulling away from us here. Using the Renault engine that he has, the worst one out of the bunch, as we're both catching up to Lando Norris now. We let off on ERS to save it through this straightaway. We can possibly use it here. We're going to pound the ERS down as we know we're pitting this lap. We're going to get some.
Okay, no issues with.
As we hit the back end of Ocon. And as we come back through here, we're pounding ERS into our car. We're going to let it go, break a lot earlier, as we know we ran into Ocon last time. Let's let our car roll through that turn pretty much. Just trying to keep pace with these two. The tires on our car are just fading so much quicker than these two. Ocon comes to Norris, going to stay out on this saucer one more lap, but both Ocon and myself. So we're not gonna get the car slowed down by 100 miles. They're gonna redo
Right,
that.
we're doing one more stop today. One stop left in this strategy.
We could have slowed down that time. Just slowed down, I should say. We're gonna try and get a good pit stop here. We get a good turn in. There's more cars behind us, so we want to get out as quickly as possible. The tires are,
Okay, that was a
and
fairly
we
decent
get
stop,
held up a
well
little
within
bit
the time we
by
expected.
Ocon coming out of the pits. So
That was
he's
our
gonna be able
last
to get
stop.
a much
No more scheduled pit stops.
better
Let's go.
exit leader. Guan Yu Zhou gonna be right behind us now. As our tires again, we have to do it the ice cold, but we're not very good at warming up our tires quickly at all. Because Alonso appearing earlier than us soared past us, and he's now 2 seconds ahead of Alonso, 3 seconds ahead of Alonso. Ocon. And Ocon's 3 seconds ahead of me. Which is a problem for us. Because Guan Yu Zhou's gonna be able to catch up, which he's on the hard tires for some reason. Don't know why the Alfa Romeo put Guan Yu Zhou on the hards. It's not good for his race. But he is actually catching us as we're still trying to warm up our tires. Our tires still ice cold from the pit stop. And we need him to do this fast left right. Zhou is catching us. He's gonna have DRS on us through this section. We're not gonna have DRS on anyone else in front of us. We're gonna have to gas it with ERS pounding into our car. He is still catching us. We're gonna be let off ERS and be comfortable into this turn. So we go deep again through that turn. That turn is being the bane of our existence right now. As long as this whole track is. But as more cars come in the pits, we're hoping that we can maybe
Yuri's in the
get
pits.
close
Yuri is in
to
the
where we
pits.
want to be, position-wise. You know, Yuri was behind us. But yeah, so wide open again. Yuki Tsunoda coming out in front of us. CP14 now. We lost position through the pit cycles. The Tsunoda's on hard, on cold, very cold tires. He's going to get a way better exit than he is using ERS. We're going to be able to go much deeper into the turn. He's going to shout it up the inside of the AlphaTauri. And we should be able to make
Nice
stick
move.
around the
Good
outside,
job.
and yes we are. It's a little bit of a bump between us and Guan Yu Zhou. Because Yuki Tsunoda has to warm up his tires still. The Zhou's looks like he's going to go for a move.
And gap
It's
to the
going to
car in
allow us to
front
charge
is
away.
4.0 seconds.
We're very good to that turn as Guan Yu Zhou got pushed into the grass. He's not getting passed up. Ricardo able to make the move. And Tsunoda looks like he's got his tires all warmed up. He's ready to go. He's going to have DRS on us through this turn, through this next straightaway. He's going to be a genuine threat for us in our P14 position. We're just nowhere near 4 seconds behind where we want to be in P12. As we are going to be able to save ERS for a front straightaway. Because you know he's not going to be able to pass us. When we go deep again through that turn, he's going to get a great turn, much better turn than we are. He's going to be able to be
Car
right
ahead's
on
coming
turn.
to fit the mediums. Car ahead now running medium
Ocon and I
tyres.
still fighting, hoping they fight for most of this race, which is going to be great for me and Tsunoda and Ocon and Ricardo, behind me. Which Tsunoda and Ricardo are fighting, which is great for us. We're going to be able to pull away a little bit, and the two in front of us are fighting again, Norris and Ocon. It is perfect because we gave up a bit of time on Norris and Ocon. Hopefully, these two just keep going at it, keep battling it out, because that's going to want me to catch up as I'm just trying to finish nurse my car to the end here, just to end this godforsaken race. And we've had no pace in the Shell car. Okay, we're probably at no points, not even P12, which is our sponsor though. But I guess that's just the price we have to pay. We're gonna have some bad races. Hopefully Norris will come back at Ocon and those two slow each other down. I don't think we're gonna be able to slow each other down for 4 seconds. Is all the time we gained by them battling through this final section. They got back in second one and we lost another 10th to them through that turn alone. It's all they do fight. They go fucking wide as hell as we go really deep through that turn. We gained 2 tenths still though, and we're just gonna try and keep it close, try to catch up to the podium. We're probably not gonna be able to do that. But Ocon though, a bit behind, but Tsunoda's gonna be able to start catching up to us. We're trying to save ERS to maybe catch up to those two, which we're probably not gonna be able to do. Back and we're gonna go defensive. You might turn the crowd around the outside as He does not. But defensive we go. Defensive we will stay there. Have to be defensive for the rest of the race. Sonota does have the pace advantage over us, it seems. With DRS behind us in college, we're going to break really late into that transcendent through there. We'll have to get a good exit as we do. But Sonota, with the switching in ERS, is going to start catching right back up to us.
Okay, gap ahead is 4.3 seconds.
We got embarrassing ourselves more. We're going from a P5 there to a P14 right now. Trying to be even further back or so than the Ricardo passes. So we get again a bad turn through there. Trying to put power into that car early, almost using the rear end again.
We've got a gap of around 4 seconds between you and the next car.
Yeah, that damage is we're going to get 4 seconds, we almost lose it again. So is able to come at us immediately through there. We almost lost it. Almost lost it. And then our final corner. He's going to go defensive. We're going to send a shouter around his outside. Him with the outside is a huge overtake for us. Over Yuki Tsunoda, we're going to back him up into Ricardo. Ricardo may be able to make a move here. Back him up a little bit more from us. We go deep. We went through turn 3 into turn 4. We're trying to make something happen. We're going to lose it again. Ricardo, we're side by side here. Try to back them up even more, which is perfect for us. Just trying to run away from this and maybe get out of JRF and have a chance at holding P14. Get out of DRS, hoping these two can still battle behind us. And I think it was really this, I went off and I yelled behind before.
And that's just 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Really unfortunate for us. We go very deep in that turn. So it's way better to the back end. That 90 degree turn is then just a favorite of our wheels as well as losing on gravel turn. Through the hairpin into the final turn. We were just so slow through there, trying to get our foot to the floor. Snow gets a very bad exit. I don't know what happened there. So we're just going to push away. Do the rest of those races. You get plenty of ERS on that. Both drivers on this both can have DRS. We're trying to get this car with 40 go back through. These turns are going to start catching up again. You lose it.
That looked bad. Are you alright?
I'm honestly just going to keep this crash just as a symbol of just how bad this race has been for us. We can't flashback here. Alright, no, we'll flashback. See if we can hold this P14, get a little bit more action into the race for us as we do hold it that time over the curbs. Jumping from a P22 star P14 isn't bad, but again,
okay,
seeing where we should be.
Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time, and there are so far no plans for a safety car. Our gap to the car in front is
the two cars behind us is catching us. There is a problem. It's a yellow flag in front of us. Now you mentioned Alonso. Alonso's out. Alonso's out. Alonso's out of the Grand Prix. It's going to get us up into P13. If we get another retirement, we might be able to hit our sponsor goal in this race. Hopefully we do get another retirement. That's really unfortunate for Fernando Alonso, but really great for us because we do get another position. I'm trying to push. Oh, Ricardo behind is trying to catch up with us.
Gap to your teammate behind is 8.0 seconds.
Trainer foot the floor. We see it sliding through turn 2. Here comes Ricardo with plenty of speed, looking to send a shot around the outside, and he does. We're going to give him a nice squeeze. He's going to keep his nose tucked in. He's going to be inside this next turn. This is a great battle. We're going to get away better than him. Keep it flat through there and hold P13 for right now. It's 3 to go. We're just pushing our Charles Carter, trying to hold his position from the McLaren. And here he comes back at us again. We're going to use a bit of DRS. We're just going to slot him behind him for now. Because we know we're going to have DRS in the next relay. We're just going to be able to easily overtake him. So we're pretty much pushing him through the first part of that turn. We get a much better exit than he does. DRS wide open. ERS, he used plenty of as well. We're going to fake the inside, go to the outside. So Shrouder is, we both go deep. He pushes us a bit wider. We're going to get a better exit than he will and get back into P13. A pretty basic textbook move for us is we barely get the car slowed down into the hairpin, into the final turn, trying to make something happen. Just trying to run away from Ricardo as he gets a bad exit. Sonoda sweeps through back into P14. Those two keep changing positions. That's amazing for us. We go really deep through that through turn 1 with 2 to go. Just using. Just honestly limping back to the end. Doing everything we can to keep this car in front as we almost lose it again. Our tires screaming out in pain to stop fucking hitting the gas too quickly for us to spin out. Pushing through, coming into the final lap zone. Sonoda nor Ricardo are able to get close to us through that DRS zone as we get actually a good turn there. Trying to get a good exit as well. Sonoda gets a much better one than we do, just closing up our whole 10th there just on the exit of that turn. We get the car slowed down nicely actually there for that turn, hoping to get a good exit here into the straightaways. We're coming to the final lap, hoping to hold P13 to Yuki Tsunoda and Daniel Ricciardo through the first race for the final time. Same with ES, you almost lose it again. Then let out the gas and save the car a little bit there. You saw the correction on the steering wheel. We're trying to get the car slowed down as that turn as we will. Just keeping the car nice and easy. Yuki's good return to the final time here in the Australian Grand Prix. A pretty bad Australian Grand Prix as well, but a good one from where we qualified. P22 to P13, 9 positions gained on the race. It's actually a pretty good result, but judging by we are the 4th fastest car in the grid statistically, that's not a good result at all. As Max Verstappen is going to get a win, is going to get his first win of this season, and his first win of the My Team career mode. Going to be pretty much tied up now, tied in the call of signs and wins as we go deep, trying to focus on Max Verstappen's win. Yuki Tsunoda trying to make a move on us. We bang wheels. We're trying to make a last ditch dive into the hairpin. We show we're here. As we force our way through as we lose it again. Trying to get a good exit for the turn. We're gonna have DRS. It's gonna be a dash line. Who's gonna get it? Yuki Tsunoda or me? Yuki Tsunoda's gonna out-drag us. Yes, he will. Yuki Tsunoda's gonna get 13th. We're gonna get 14th. 8 positions gained, and I spoke too soon on the off the jump. But yeah, we do end up getting driver of the day, but at what cost? Starting P20 to a very bad Australian Grand Prix compared to last race. And Saudi Arabia getting P5. But Max Verstappen is going to get the win. Sainz making on the podium, so it should be Max Verstappen's lead in the championship now. Looking like 2021 all over again. But Leclerc this time P2 and Perez P3. A good result for Perez compared to last race. And Sainz going to drop a little bit. If we look at the standings, how far do we drop? We drop from where? We drop actually a good amount of positions. We drop behind Hamilton, Perez, and no, we were behind Russell. We would lose 2 positions there. We stay 4th in constructors. Coverage from P22. We'll still have to chat about the recovery, but we should have been down in P22 in the first place. If we don't get the P12 finish, we don't get the extra $100,000. But yeah, as the first 2 rounds of this series went okay for us, but that's gonna do it for us this stream. That's gonna do it for us in the first stream that we have here, actually. But thank you all for coming out to the stream. We actually had a pretty solid viewer concurrent count. But yeah, thank you all for coming out to the stream, and I will see you all next time.